moved to DC, I was a concierge manager, and I usually dress down. I don't like to dress accordingly, but this time I was dressed, and I was wearing an all-black dress, and I was wearing a green or orange blazer, can't remember. But the dress is tight-fitting. I was not trying to wear a tight-fitting dress intentionally. However, I was 180 pounds, and when you are 180 pounds, you know, things just fit tightly. So anyways, I'm wearing the dress, and the concierge, I'm the concierge manager, and right next to my station was the valet. And then so the person running the valet was an older guy. He was Muslim. I want to say he was Indian, but I'm not sure, but I know for sure he was Muslim because we spoke about it. So this particular day I'm wearing a dress, he compliments me and he's telling me how nice I look or whatever. I'm uncomfortable, but I'm like, thank you. And then he asked me, did I want to go out with him to lunch? And I'm like, oh, no, thank you. I don't go out to lunch with, you know, people. And so he was like, oh, no, not a date. Just as co-workers, as friends. And I'm like, oh no, that's fine. I don't go out to lunch with my co-workers. I don't go out with my friends. Like, I just don't do that. And then, so he was just like, he said something else. And I said, aren't you married? And then he said, yeah, you want to be one of my wives? And I was like, excuse me? And he was like, I have 6. Do you want to be 7? No, I don't. So I was like, that is extremely inappropriate. No. And you need to, he started walking closer to me. I was like, you need to stay on that side. Don't come over here. I was so flabbergasted. I wasn't flabbergasted. It was just like, oh, that's disgusting. Why would you say that? Like, come on now. No. So later on, I hit up my manager. My manager's a woman. And I tell her, and I'm like, yo, this is what Betty said to me. I didn't like it. It made me extremely uncomfortable, and I can't be in this type of environment. Like, he had been hitting on me on the side for a minute, but this is the first time he decided to be so blatant, and I was just, my stomach is starting to flare, y'all. So I'm just like blatantly disgusted, like, this is gross. And then, so the manager, a black lady in her 40s, she come, and she's just like, I told her that he made the comment like, do you want to be number 7? And then she chuckles, and then she's like, he can't be serious. And I'm thinking like, he can't be serious. And I'm like, right. And she's like, no, he had to just be playing. She's like, 7 wives is extremes. I was like, he's Muslim. No, it's not. That makes sense. And then so she's just like, well, don't. You know, she said, it comes with the territory. And I'm like, what territory? I'm a concierge manager. And then she's just like, don't act like you don't know what it is. And she's just like, you know how it is when, and she starts like kind of pussyfooting around it. What is it? She's like, you know how it is when you're an attractive woman, and this is what happens, and don't act like this is the first time. And if this is your first time, like, I'm sorry, there's going to be many more. And it's just like, you're going to have to deal with this. She was all like, they're not going to change his location because he's been working here for 15 years. You're new. She's all like, all they're going to do is put you at a new location. And she was all like, and I don't have another location for a manager. So if I put you in another position, then you're going to be making $2 or $3 less than what you're making here. You're trying to move up. This is not, and she starts telling me how I shouldn't file a complaint on this man who sexually harassed me. Because it wasn't that big a deal. All he did was hit on me. All he did was ask me to be his wife. Like, it's like, you know, it's okay. You can be here in this uncomfortable situation. Even though this man has been, you know, just doing little subtle things the whole time. And then this time it's a little more subtle, but it's not that bad. Like, you're definitely over exaggerating. This is what happens. And, you know, what's the point of that story? I don't know. I'm just letting you know what happened. I was just expressing that story to someone else. That's what made me want to record it. But it's always assumed that a beautiful woman is going to be hit on by a man, or not just a beautiful woman, because all women are beautiful. I'm not trying to say anything. All I'm saying is that it's assumed that it's a normal part of life that a man is going to hit on a woman at work or in a public setting. I'm working for this guy now, and although I'm supposed to be working for him, he has made a couple advances at me. And it's not that I'm okay with his advances, it's just like, oh, they're not as bad as the other ones. So I just have to get used to it. I have to get used to understanding that when someone sees me, they see what they want instead of what I am trying to portray. I'm trying to portray myself as an educated businesswoman who is knowledgeable in this certain field. However, when I show up, I look like whatever they want me to look like. Doesn't matter what I'm wearing. I used to dress down. I didn't wear makeup. I didn't do my hair. I would just be a normal, cute, everyday girl. I never tried to show my body. I never tried to hit on the boss and sleep my way up to the top. I never done any of those scheming scams that some women do. There are women out there who are not like that. We are just smart, lame, boring women who just want to go to work and just collect our little paycheck. But we live in a world where women are idolized as sexual objects, and women do it to themselves, men do it to us, but there's those of us small women who are gorgeous and who don't want to be sex symbols and who don't want to be wife number 7, and we have to just take that. And there's women who within their 40s who's teaching a woman like me who's in her young late 20s, early 30s, that it's a part of life and that this is what I have to expect and this is just my life. And that's not fair, that's not cool, but we live in a world that's not fair and that's not cool. So